What's up, everybody? We're back. This is the LNC podcast. I'm, of course, Christian, the C, and this gentleman right here is taking the L for Lorenzo. How's it going, sir? How you been?
I miss you, first time, long time. How's it going, everybody? Miss y'all as well. Make sure you like and subscribe and commenting. Y'all not doing it. You thought we was playing.
Right. It's nice that you're eating up top. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's just go ahead and eat dinner right now. On mic.
I ain't eat yet. I'm a very busy man, and I gotta consume a lot. So some people need to consume less calories.
You know what?
I need to consume a lot, or I'm a wither away. You know what I'm saying?
I had an unhealthy amount of ham earlier.
Oh, no, ham got fucking worms in it.
Really?
I'm looking at you.
I mean, that's why you're vegan, is because of the ham worms.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I don't want no ham worms.
Right.
You think I'm playing? Look, you pour some Coke or some Hennessy. I don't know why it's black shit that you got to pour on the ham, but you pour some of that shit on the ham, and you gonna see them bitches come out.
Okay.
Well, it's because pigs eat every fucking thing. Like, there's nothing they don't eat, you know, and they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they eat each other. They eat people.
Yeah.
Birds eat each other too. Well, chickens specifically.
That's a whole like plot line in Deadwood. Is the Chinese guy has a pig farm, and every time they want to whack somebody, they tell I think his name's Wu. They feed him to Wu's pigs out back.
Hey, they gonna make quick work. You just don't feed them motherfuckers. So you gotta let them know ahead of time. Be like, hey, I'm gonna bring you something. Don't feed the pigs, and they just gonna tear that motherfucker up, boy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think our guest is wishing he was being fed to pigs right now because we haven't even introduced him yet. He's just sitting there actively waiting, actively listening, which we love. A good active listener. Guests are back. They have been. They will be. They're here to stay. There was a gunshot in my neighborhood about 30 minutes ago, so I might not be here for much longer. But our guest is alive and well. He's an active comedian in the scene. He comes all the way from like far out Virginia to do shit in DC and Maryland, all up and down the East Coast. He is legit. He's the real deal. I'm so pleased to have tricked him into doing this. Please give it up for Nathan Carlson. How you doing, sir?
Everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Lorenzo, I think this is my first time meeting you.
Indeed. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Lorenzo.
I've already learned the thing about how to get the worms out of my pig meat by pouring Hennessy on it. That's something I was completely unaware of until tonight, but I'm going to share that with a lot of people.
Yep. Let them know.
That's going on the road with you. I'm so pleased. Take more of his folk wisdom with you, please. Spread it far and wide.
I got a lot.
Now, you don't have any dietary restrictions, do you, Nathan? Because, like I said, Lorenzo's a vegan, and I'm just finding out it's specifically because of the worms that are found commonly in hams that have to be drowned out with Hennessy. But you don't. You're saying you actively imbibe, consume animal.
I do indeed. But that was before I learned about the worms. So maybe I've been vegan all along. I just lacked the information.
If only somebody had told our Secretary of Health and Human Services, I think maybe he'd be in a better place now. I'm thinking that maybe...
I think once he sees this podcast, a lot of things are going to change.
I think he's getting paid too much, and he's going to say, fuck that podcast.
Right.
And then he's going to have someone to assassinate all of us.
He's got his own podcast now. The Secretary of Health... Is it what is it? IHS or HHS? RFK Jr. has his own podcast where he talks about, I don't know, promethylene blue or whatever, and why it's better than water, or why it should go in water, why you should be actively bathing in Rock Creek Park instead of at home with the treated pipes.
It's always fucking something.
But I mean, why does anybody in our government need a podcast where they can reap any private benefit, where they can build their brand, off of the public office? It's just, Open question.
Somewhere where they can eat.
Somewhere where they can eat.
I think every politician should be required to have a podcast that posts one episode a week. I guess every Sunday. I don't know.
I mean, I would get if like we were holding their feet to the fire, if we were asking, what are you doing with all this money? What are you doing with, what's the progress on all the projects coming in? But with him, it really seems like it's just, like, I'm just going to come out and say, don't get vaccinated. And, here are all the health benefits of raccoon penis. And, where you should and should not.
How are you supposed to take the raccoon penis? That's my first and only question.
There's some kind of book that came out at somebody's biography or something where they tell a story about how he pulled off on the side of the road and dismembered yet another animal. I think this is the third or fourth in counting, if we're keeping a working record. I think there's been a whale. He cut the head off of a dead whale.
Oh yeah.
He picked up a baby bear that was already dead and just dropped it off in Central Park for some reason. And that was kind of a mystery for years and years until he just openly admitted that it was him who did that. And now he's being quoted as on a road trip of some kind, pulling off onto the side of the road with his family in the car, cutting off a raccoon's penis to preserve it and study it. Because there's some
Let me tell you something. If any of us did that, if any normal broke motherfucker did that shit, they'd be in jail and motherfuckers would talk about them and they call them a sick motherfucker. Like, what's that shit? A zoophile or some shit? Like, that motherfucker's not right. Why do you even have interest in a raccoon penis? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, that's the shit I'm saying, bro. I was telling somebody the other day, we're fucking at war with Iran, but we know all the fucking billionaires and politicians were at the island. Nobody's gonna check them though. Nothing's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I assume there's still videos out that Israel has or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, nothing's still gonna happen. We don't do shit when they shit on us. We just let them shit on us. We don't do nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're basically untouchable, and like, I guess they know it, but at the same time, there's doubt in the back of their mind.
And Nathan, I regret that this got so political at the start of this has become a political show.
That's where this podcast comes in. This podcast is going to get to the bottom. I'm not trying to get.
He is going to get to the bottom of this.
I'm just saying specifically, like, it just happens that politicians are the pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? That's like, if it was like all the I'm saying, that's the group, the billionaires and the politicians. If it was fucking only screamo bands.
Now, for the record, I think raccoon penis is legal no matter where you try it or cut it off. I think that it's.
I'm sick of this shit. No, it can't be. I'm sick of this shit.
I think unfortunately it is. I think it just comes with fishing and game.
It's part of the road.
It's part of it, yeah. Roadkill rules.
Don't there are any. Kill it to pick it up. Like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I think that's advisable because you don't know how long it's been sitting there, if it's been festering, if it's collected any like unforeseen bacteria, or just again, I would worry about like the quality of meat, especially if he's eating this penis.
That's what. So like, does it? So if you touch an alive animal's penis, unless it's your job, because I know there's people that like make the bulls and the horses and
Nathan,
shit.
Chime in whenever you want on the subject. I know you may or may not.
Yeah, I would not dare interrupt such a powerful monologue.
I appreciate it. So if you touch an alive,
I thought about mentioning that RFK was likely after the baculum. Was the bone?
The baculum. Let me look that up. Can I look that up? Yeah, is that safe to show? I might not show it, but
let me look on my phone real quick before I look on the other screen.
Okay, so it's kind of a peculiar bone that only raccoons or things of that group have.
There are other critters, other critters that have it, but yeah.
Wow. And what would be the goal in studying that? What revelations would he arrive at by preserving and studying this bone?
I don't know. don't know the goal is the right word to use here. Maybe
Right.
Curiosity.
Curiosity.
That would be my best guess if I were steel manning the roadside raccoon incident. That's what I would say.
So you think he has
He
just
was
like a
after that
compendium?
baculum.
He's been gathering like an encyclopedic knowledge of all his curiosities that he's found on the side of the road, and to no end. It's just sort of he's going to have a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum in his house or something, a wing of his house of all the weird penis bones he's
the
compiled.
whale incident. He was probably looking for a baculum, but there was no baculum to be found, so he had to keep searching.
It's so fucking big. I don't know what to do with it.
It's like the Infinity Stones, but it's penis bones. It's collecting a gauntlet of. Wow, I believe it. I think he just wants to put it in his own dick and get some.
I was about to say. I was just about to say that. I was like, in the future, once he finds one that's the right size,
right,
he's gonna get that implant.
I think I can show this. These are kind of weird looking, but they're not like graphic.
They're not phallic.
AI overview says the baculum or penis bone is a skeletal structure found in the penis of many placental mammals, including most primates, carnivores, and rodents. I guess. I don't know if a raccoon is a rodent. I don't know what genus.
I think so.
Is it a rodent? Okay, yeah. So I have somebody confirming off screen that it is in fact a rodent.
That's like one.
It does, yeah. We have raccoons and rats in the dumpsters here, and hopefully they've been scared off by the gunfire. But
you've got baculum everywhere.
I've got baculum everywhere. We got a huge baculum problem that needs dealing with. Oh wait, this is breaking news. Hang on, I gotta play the song. I can't play it.
The fucking back problem.
Anyway, they're not rodents.
No.
Okay.
They're more closely related to kinkajous.
Kinkajous. That sounds like a slur that I should not have said.
That's great. Don't let him. Why? Don't let him trip you up like that. Right. I don't know what's with y'all advertising.
You really tricked me into saying whatever I just said. That's not really normal.
Yep.
How do you spell that?
K-I.
Right now. Don't do it. Don't.
K-A-J-O-U-S.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it probably has some cool like African pronunciation that I'm just.
No, that's probably just.
That's cute though.
They're cute.
I'd cut the penis off of one of those and inspect it.
That's crazy.
Dead or
that
alive.
statement.
I would just. I'd go for it.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. That's insane.
And then I'd get a cabinet position right after, I'm sure.
Yeah. Maybe you gotta turn in penis bones to get a higher position. Yeah. That's what it is.
Your commitment.
We're doing it all fucking wrong. Oh my gosh. If I knew, I'm glad we figured it out here. I'm about to go. Look, I'm about to start. I'm about to give me all types of shit.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what I got to get, but I'm going to get something.
Nathan, you're a comedian. How long have you been doing stand-up? What got you into it? Please, give us the rundown.
Anything. Now, I've been doing stand-up for a little over 8 years now.
Okay.
And a lot of the places that I lived before, there just wasn't an opportunity to do comedy. And so I kind of first gave it a shot down in the Richmond scene because that's about an hour from where I'm at.
Right.
And yeah, it's something I'd always wanted to try. I definitely dabbled in writing and things like that. And so I finally just gave it a go. My self-worth finally hit exactly the right level that allows stand-up to flourish.
Right. It's not quite rock bottom. Somewhere above that, somewhere between that, total success and rock bottom is comedy.
It's like a it's like a wave.
It has to be enough to where you're willing to go to hit 3 open mics a night and try and pitch the same jokes just into the ether in front of only comedians.
Of course.
As they're looking at their notebooks.
Of course, we were not too long ago. We were both in Fredericksburg at a coffee shop where they were having technical malfunction after malfunction, and maybe all of 2 people were actively watching, and they were the baristas, so it was just a brief reprieve from their job, but everyone in the cafe was kind of just sitting there wishing it wasn't happening, what should have been the audience.
They were ambushed by comedy, as does often happen with mics and even some shows.
Ambushed by comedy. Couldn't have put it better. And that's always the best setup, especially for an open mic, when just anybody and their mom can get up there and just say anything they want. They can say it openly, unabashedly. Yes, they could get banned from that open mic, but what's to stop them from going next door? Who knows?
Just going to the next one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's an individual right now, I won't say his name, but it'll give it away if I just say what he does. He goes around and he hula hoops at all of these events, and power to him, you know. But at a certain point, you can't pick fights with every host who tells you that just hula hooping and ranting about the state of affairs is not what telling a joke is. And, you know, at what point do we have to call somebody and get this looked at?
I think Ace Jackson is going to grow out of that phase he's in right now, but
yeah, he's
listen.
It's kind of
it's just where he's at comedically right now. Where he's at right now.
Yeah, we love Ace. We love Ace, but he's going through a hard time right now that involves a hula hoop for some reason, and we wish he'd just stop it, knock it off. Man, oh man, oh man. So 8 years. Wow. Did you ever take a break? Has it been 8 years consecutively?
Nonstop. Yeah, no breaks.
Wow.
It's I don't know. I derive a lot of meaning from it. It's something I really enjoy, and I really can't imagine just not doing it anymore. You know, even after like eating it or something like that in some road gig and driving 3 hours back in silence, I still can't imagine not doing it. Yeah, it's like a great outlet for me. It's something I really enjoy, and it's extremely difficult to do well. And so I think there's always something to be pursued with it. Just like a lot of things, it's easy to do a really bad job at it, but it's just extremely difficult to do well, especially consistently. Because I mean, like early on, I kind of went through a yelling phase.
Really?
And I made the mistake for whatever reason. There was one time I like yelled everything and I killed. I was like, I cracked stand-up comedy. It's like I'm one of those yelling rant comics. And, you know, it took a few times with the yelling not working. There's nothing like yelling and having it not work and having the audience.
I just don't get that from you because I've met you admittedly late into this, you know, into your 8-year run now. I met you maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Or that's when I had seen you perform first.
Like that.
You have kind of a quiet confidence up there. I would almost compare you to somebody like, I don't know, like Alec Baldwin or something. You know, I'm just pulling somebody who's like very domineering in that you just have a command of the stage. You have everyone's looking to see what you're going to say, but you're not exactly yelling it.
I'm not yelling. No, I'm definitely.
If anything, you sound hoarse when you're up there. You sound like you might have been yelling at your day job, and that's
could have been yelling. Yeah,
that's what makes us want to listen because this guy's got something to say. He's he's a little hoarse.
He's been through a lot.
It's me Monday. My voice
so what caused you to determine that yelling was a crutch? When did you bomb so hard that stopped being your thing?
I mean, there's actually there's a rough YouTube clip of me yelling a set. It was like a local competition in Richmond, Virginia. But it was like all musicians and me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like approached after an open mic and asked if I'd be on this like cable access thing, and so I just yelled the whole bit.
So this was broadcasted. This was like totally like a variety contest, and you were the
and I just yell into silence. And, that was a real turn. I was just like, maybe that isn't the way. Yeah. Maybe I have not cracked the code on comedy in the way that I thought I had.
I would love to find that and break it down with you. Maybe later. I won't put you on the spot now, but you're always welcome to come back on this. And if that's something you want to open up and review, that would be
it's so bad. It's so bad.
Holy cow! I am looking that up later, though. I want to see that personally. I love those moments because that's kind of a crossroads. That's a pivotal thing because like you're saying, this is a hard thing to begin with, especially for somebody who this doesn't necessarily come naturally to. I'm not saying that's you, but if you don't have a public speaking background initially, if you don't have even just like a performance background, like Lorenzo, for instance, you've never had any acting classes or stand-up classes or comedy or anything, and we've only really done this podcast as kind of a casual passion project, but you decided to start stand-up because of this and because of all the fun people we talk to, and you can attest getting up there with really no prior experience is just like forging your way ahead in complete and total darkness. You got to figure out a whole new voice.
Just doing shit,
right?
But like, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like when I first did it, I was like, of course, I was like, especially my first time, I was nervous. I was like, man, I hope I was like, I need at least one laugh. I was like, if I don't get one laugh, I'm driving myself off the bridge.
Sure. And like you said, Nathan, those long drives home sometimes, especially on the road, or you travel to another state to do 20-30 minutes. If it doesn't go well, yeah, you got to sit with that on the ride home. A week, a month later, thinking about, wow, what a waste of time. But what doesn't make it a waste of time are those changes you make in between each failure, each setback. So the fact that you determined to pivot rather than quit and just leave it all there and pack it up when it didn't work, which I'm assuming that was probably a peak performance moment, or that was a big opportunity for you, that cable access thing.
No, it was notable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Lorenzo, where was the first place you ever did stand up?
What was it called? It was in Baltimore. It was at this bar. Oh fuck, bro. Hold up. Let me find it because it's on my Instagram somewhere. I'm about to look real quick. But it was in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. It was at this. It was like a whole open mic. Like there was music. It was mostly music, and they did a few comedians last, me being one of them.
Right. Those are always the worst, in my opinion. I mean, when anybody's interest is divided between music, art, all forms of expression, and comedy is thrown into the mix, comedy always takes backseat. Comedy is always like, everyone feels the need to heckle you. Everyone feels the need to start talking. Okay, this is when we can have an open conversation at every table when the comedian goes up. And it's the interim in between musicians, I've always found with those.
Yep. Yeah, because most people are there for the music, not the comedy. And then it's a little harder to get laughs because people aren't there to laugh. They're there to listen to whatever music or play their music, you know what I'm saying? But you still, you do your thing, you know what I'm saying? I went up there, I did my best. Hold up. What the fuck is this motherfucker? Oh, hell no.
We're just taking a text.
The mixed mics with the music are tough. Obviously, we try to avoid those. But yeah, I have done those before, and then done half of my time stand up, and then the other half played guitar, just to kind of like embrace the oddity of the whole thing. Yeah,
this whole time
it makes it kind of fun.
I had no idea you were. So, how long have you played guitar, and what kind of what genres do you play?
Oh gosh. And I played guitar since the 90s.
Okay.
Quite a while. However long that is.
Mm-hmm. That's quite a while.
But I mix it up quite a bit. I like a lot of metal. I like a lot of things that I just keep to myself.
That is awesome. That is so cool. I'm starting these shows. We've done 2 so far. We have another one this on May 30th where we do just that. So the comedians, they go up, they do a set, they tell their jokes, and then they just play a legit, straightforward song in earnest.
Oh yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So
I love that. Yeah.
If that's your beat, hey, you have a spot guaranteed.
Oh yeah, man.
So not to do business on the show here, but hey, you got a spot.
I really I do like it's only happened a handful of times, but when playing for comics that have known me for years but had no idea that I could play or anything like that.
I'm excited.
That's a lot of fun.
I'm not going to spoil anything for myself, but you tell me what you need, backing tracks, anything, or if you want to go all acoustic.
Oh no,
I'll have it all hooked up.
I'll just show up acoustic.
Hell yes.
That's
brilliant. What a
dude, I love stuff like that. Yeah. I found that there's a lot of overlap between comics and then musical,
Mm-hmm.
Talent, ability, one way or the other. There seems to be a lot of folks that we know and that we've known for a long time that have these like closeted musical abilities.
Absolutely. And because I feel like there's such a, what's the word? I mean, there's such a lower barrier to entry in comedy. Really, truly, anybody can get up there and do anything and make anything out of this. You're a free agent. You can just, you take it and run, whatever bandwidth you have. If you focus it into comedy and you actually make strides to improve, and you're not just, not just totally set in your ways, unwilling to pivot, unwilling to try different things, to make new things work, to actively progress in this. If the world is your oyster with comedy. With music, you have to be kind of the best of the best, or you just go kick rocks, go play in this bar for the rest of your life, and that's all you are.
Yeah.
The studio musicians, those are working professionals. Those are like guys with pedigrees, with conservatory experience, degrees, everything. There's no free work as a musician. But with comedy, it's like, you got 5? Hey, get on the show. This weekend.
You don't even need 4 or 5. Shit, you get up there, you might do a little less. They be like, all right, fuck it, gonna get on stage. You know what I'm saying? You done did your thing.
If you tell somebody you're a musician, like I got asked to do this wedding in September, and that's only because it's only because the person who was vetted to do the wedding has to put a band together, and so he's scrambling to find other musicians, and so he's tapping me because of that. But it's like no one's coming to me about doing a wedding because I don't have the credentials. I don't have the experience required to get paid a large sum of money to do anything musically. So I take what I can get. I think we all do, and I'm trying to bridge that comedy, that leniency, and music, high expectations. I'm trying to bridge the two so that people in comedy who also do music have more of an opportunity to flex both muscles and to show both off, because there are so many really talented people. Like Chrissy Perez has done both of my shows so far, and she's a classically trained singer. Like, she can do opera. She can do it all. She's like a superstar, and she also happens to be doing stand-up. Lucas Craig is a piano player, exceptional piano player and comedian.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Monica Daly hosted the last show we did at City State. This next one's at City State as well. But even with no musical experience, she took it upon herself to sing I Will Survive at the open mic, and everyone had a good time, So it's just a good time. It's a good time, especially getting to do both in one sitting, and like you said, kind of blow everyone away, or seeing the people who you've done comedy to, but you've never revealed that you're a musician, like seeing like their jaws drop. That's really, there's nothing else like it. Nothing else like it.
A couple of years ago, at the Blue Ridge Comedy Festival in Bristol, Tennessee, we just did a karaoke after party at the end of the festival.
Yeah. And
it was like 90% of the folks that went up there were just blowing the doors off of it.
Yeah.
It was very surprising to all of us. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. I love stuff like that. There's an open mic in DC at Heidi's. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a Peruvian restaurant, and they got a karaoke thing right after the open mic ends. So all the comedians go up, and then they immediately start moving tables and making room for a dance floor so that they can start karaoke. And just like you said, everyone gets up and it's either
that's awesome,
really good or really bad, but everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
That actually sounds pretty fun. I might have to go to one of them.
Yeah, it's super late at night, so definitely check that out. Sign up for Sunny Side Up. I'll shout out former friend of the podcast, Mara Finer, is one of the 3 or 4 people who run that open mic, and it is easily one of the best in DC just because it's so much fun.
Cool. Okay.
Check that out. So that's awesome. So what would you say you have more of an affinity for, music or comedy? I know it's like choosing children. I know it's not something that
Yeah,
you really want to have to do. And you've done music so much longer. It's probably so much more of a part of you, but still, I mean, I guess what I should say is, what do you think you're more confident doing?
I would say music, which makes me want to do comedy more.
Right. No, I totally get that.
Yeah, I feel like every time one gets confident at comedy, then you're kind of buckling up for a at least a temporary downfall. I don't know.
Rude awakening. It's right around your corner. You can never
get comfortable in comedy. You can't get comfortable in comedy because music. And I do have a lot of, like, when you're in a bar and somebody's playing covers for 2 hours or something like that. I mean, that's very difficult to play and sing for 2 hours. It's a lot of work. It's real work. But also, like, people don't have to pay attention to you. You can just be in the background, playing music, and it's fine. Whereas the times that you're doing stand-up and you're just the background and everybody's talking and, you're dying. There.
It doesn't feel as good because you're like, I need that laugh.
Oh yeah, it's even weird doing done a couple of storytelling shows, and I had pops in the stories that I was telling. Still, you just feel like you're bombing when it's gone, for a full 45 seconds and there hasn't been a laugh. No, there's not supposed to be necessarily, but yeah. So I would say I'm definitely much more driven to pursue comedy, but I feel like music's just easier in most situations in that it fits better. Obviously, if you just walk up to a table of people eating dinner and you start playing and singing, they might be like, "Why is this happening?"
Sure.
But comedy just takes a very specific environment, very specific set of circumstances for it to. I mean, even the shape of the room affects comedy.
It's very much like it's like an a cappella performance. If anything goes wrong, you can hear a pin drop in the room, or somebody will speak up and tell you to your face that you suck, or like it's very much tomatoes go flying when something goes wrong with comedy. But with music, it's almost everyone has this agreement to either talk quietly or continue talking, or just to enjoy it as background, or if they're engaged, if they're listening, they're actively listening until the end, no matter what happens. If anything goes wrong, God forbid, they're still engaged. And then at the end, we'll settle it all in the end. It'll all come out in the wash, and people are either clapping or they're shrugging, but the music, the performance portion was allowed. With comedy, it's like sometimes it's just a constant battle with the audience or with the space.
Sometimes people want to hop in when you're doing comedy. People in the audience want to pitch in. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that when you singing or playing music or whatever. No one's in the audience trying to sing with you, or maybe they're singing to themselves, but they're not trying to like sing so everybody can hear them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how much experience, Nathan, you have with busking, but I've only just started busking in the past year or so. None? Okay, so that is the closest stand-up has come to music for me. It's if I'm street performing, if I'm down at the Alexandria waterfront and I'm playing trumpet or I'm singing and I have a mic.
Yeah.
Somebody will just come up and they'll grab that mic, or they'll ask me politely first, "Hey, can I sing this song? Because I know it. I know how this goes."
Okay.
And I gotta do a quick audition, or a quick vet. Like, are you sure you know this? Because really, like, everyone's listening.
Okay.
I don't want you to embarrass yourself, but people will, quote unquote, try to get in on the act, and they just feel compelled because they're walking. In many ways, I'm interrupting their experience, so I get that they want to participate, or they see an opportunity that's not presented if they're at a concert, or if they're seated at a table. Now they can get up, they can join in. So and it's 50-50 every time. Like sometimes somebody will say they know a song and they end up just scat singing along to like the beat, or an approximation of the lyrics. And there's been a handful of times where they sang better than me, and I just had to I had to wait a beat let it settle. Let some new
Okay.
people come in because I can't let them see that I suck compared to this random guy off the street.
What caused you to start busking in the first place?
Money.
What made you
Money.
give?
It's really just
Okay.
it's a great passive income. Truly, like getting tips, even if it's $50-$100 here or there. You know, if I can spend an evening downtown, and it's great practice too. I'll say that. So it's kind of two birds situation, but you know, you get to put out a tip jar, go to town. You get to practice the songs that you're too scared to play in a paid setting. That you haven't had enough experience performing in public, but you basically get a paid practice opportunity every time you're on the street because nobody cares. As long as you don't sound god awful, nobody's gonna stop you. Yeah. Are you okay?
You got there with
Lorenzo?
trumpet and what else?
I will answer that. Lorenzo, are you okay? He said, "Oh no, I think we're losing him. Oh no."
He's frozen.
That's tragic. So it looks like the gunman has reached Lorenzo. He's gone all the way from I'm in Alexandria. He's gone all the way up to Salisbury, Maryland, and has taken them. Are you back?
I'm back. Look, son. Oh my gosh, because you stopped and I was like, "Is that me?" And I was moving, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I started trying to troubleshoot. I noticed. I was like, "Fuck, bro."
See, Lorenzo does a bit every episode, usually at the beginning, where he acts like he's frozen because he has a really spotty connection. And this time it was so real. You really sold it.
Oh, hell no!
Is he doing it?
This is happening again.
He's not doing it.
Oh wow! And the way you can do that and speak and not move your mouth is what's really astounding.
Impressive.
So yeah, I go out there with trumpet, and the only reason why I sing when I'm doing that is because I have to give my mouth a break. I can't play for very long periods. I can't play for more than maybe an hour and a half at a time. So I'll give my mouth a rest here and there. And I'll sing a couple, and that's.
I played trumpet in high school.
Awesome.
And,
How many years?
Yeah.
All four.
Well, I guess middle school and high school. So I guess I played trumpet for 7 years, but I haven't played it hardly at all since.
Hey, listen, May 30th. If I have the spare trumpet and you wanna try something,
not the
it's
trumpet.
all you.
Definitely not the trumpet. Yeah,
it's all you.
No, not the trumpet.
Bring your own mouthpiece, or I'll bring a mouthpiece. Hey, you do whatever do whatever you're comfortable with. But that's all. Did you do marching band then? It sounds like
I did marching band. I was a band nerd, and then in the last year I switched to treble clef baritone, and then I found that if I could put my whole face in the mouthpiece, that I was a way better brass player.
Me too.
So yeah, I made
me too.
Yeah, I made district band and all that once I tried out the baritone.
Oh, that's awesome. So you never placed very high, like chair wise, with trumpet, and then you made the switch to baritone, and then all of a sudden, like all these doors open for you.
I was always like last chair in the top band.
Right.
That kind of
like
kind of sums it up pretty well. I could play the whatever 30. Played 37 scales from memory and all that stuff to audition for the top band, but again, last chair in the top band.
Got you. I was always fighting for first chair, second chair, third chair every year, but I did get to.
You hated me.
No, not at all. I love.
I was the dead weight. I was the dead weight in the band, and you.
Never. No, I was a section leader, and I'll tell you what, the people who placed the lowest or who maybe didn't sound the greatest, they were always the ones there. I knew exactly what to expect from them, you know. And when I know exactly what to expect from you, I can work with you. I can make you shine. You know, I'm not gonna give you something that number one, you're not gonna work toward, but that's gonna make you look bad, because that's not in anybody's interest. I'm not out to embarrass anybody. So the fact that there's somebody in Wind Ensemble who's willing to try hard enough to get into the class, and maybe is not capable for a litany of reasons. Maybe they're being pulled too many directions between too many other classes, or they have too many responsibilities outside of school, whatever, it's not my business. But it's like, you're here, I'm gonna make you shine. We're gonna make sure that you look good no matter what, so that we all look good as a group. That's always been my mentality. So no, I don't look down on the people who barely squeak by. You know what they say about doctors, the last person to graduate in their class is still a doctor. You're still a trumpet in my book. You're still a player. You're there. You're dedicated enough. I think that is very important too. Just like we're talking about with stand-up. If you're playing an instrument and you feel like you've hit a wall with that instrument, how many fucking instruments are there in this world? Try another. For you, it was baritone.
Yeah.
Pick up a French horn. Pick up a sax. Go from brass to woodwind. Go to piano. Guitar. And you found guitar. Had you been playing guitar? It sounds like after that. So you grew up in band, around band, and then what made you decide to take up guitar?
Yeah, I picked up guitar in high school.
Okay.
It was just, there was always guitar around me. My dad was really, really good, and some friends of mine played at the time, so it was just kind of a natural thing for me to pick up.
Makes sense. Where did you grow up? Was it a big music scene by you?
No, I did most of my growing up near Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
So just very kind of like deep south. Not really known for its music or anything like that.
You. Augusta,
just
Georgia.
Known for the one thing.
What's special about that?
The Masters is done there.
What's the Masters? Does that?
The biggest golf.
It's the big golf tournament.
Okay, I got a Georgia expert. I've got a.
Jacket.
What was the name of the penis bone? I've got a kinkajou expert and
baculum.
A baculum expert. Excuse me, and a Georgia expert next to me. So.
I'm fucking done. Hey.
Okay, so there's there are big events, but none really musical.
Yeah, very unmusical. Yeah, you better not play music at the Masters.
It's a city, right? Plain and simple. Okay, I was gonna, because you mentioned Nashville, and that's obviously a big music. I'm trying to think of any. I never grew up anywhere where I could go out and find a live open mic, or find a karaoke night, or find you really have to kind of go out of your way here, or tap into an underground scene. You have to keep your ear to the ground to find things out here. Because I've always lived in Virginia. I've always grown up out here in Stafford or wherever, Northern Virginia, and so I know exactly what you mean. That's remarkable. So it's kind of in the family then. Your dad's a player.
Yeah. My dad. There's a lot of music around. Growing up, my brother also has a lot of musical talent.
Was it just straight ahead music talent, or was it kind of church involved? Was it?
I actually did music for a traveling evangelist for a little while. So yeah, I was part of the evangelical industrial complex.
Yeah,
for a time.
That's what it's all about. I mean, that the church is especially where you grew up, or if there's a lack of entertainment, you usually find it in the local church community. If it's evangelical, Baptist, Pentecostal, whatever, there's like, we got it all. Come party with us. We got the band every weekend. They're playing something. So that's why I asked that. It's more common than not that. Yeah, if a family has a huge vested interest in music or taking music lessons, it's usually to give back to the church community or working towards some larger church event.
A lot of famous people started in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the every week, along with practices. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how often they practice and all that, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're consistent.
That's how I think everybody in my family. My mom sings, her mom sings. My dad is a piano player, and it's all church related. It's all being in the church choir, or playing for the church choir, playing for funerals, playing for weddings, in my dad's case. And then I would take trumpet lessons growing up for that same goal. The goal being, okay, eventually you're going to play music
for the church,
for all these events, or play for the church, or do what you can whenever they need you. And then
indeed,
it all kind of blew up, and that never happened. And then next thing you know, I'm playing trumpet in middle school.
Then you're busking, yeah.
And now I'm busking because I'm just above the poverty line, and it's just a little extra scratch for that next open mic, a little gas money. Dude, I'm so excited to see. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We're all just above the poverty line, but at least you have like hobbies and skills that you can utilize to busk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's just so important to, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like we were talking about with Marco. At this point, I would have found anything. I would have been spread ass on the sidewalk, whatever it took. If it brought money in, I would find a way.
While playing the trumpet.
While playing the trumpet.
You gotta set the mood. Gotta set the mood, set the ambiance. Any song that you like. How some people, they like a little playlist or whatever. You play some little smooth jazz. I don't know.
Of course.
It's somebody's cup of tea.
So Nathan, are you well off? Like I'm assuming you have a full-time job, a full-time gig on top of all this travel, on top of all this comedy, to keep a roof over your head. What's the situation? Are you a full-time comedian, or are you
you're about to ask me for money?
Well, I was thinking that shit.
Hey, if I sent you the QR code, would you scan it and just donate whatever you can? Venmo, Cash App, I take Zelle. Mm-hmm. We can do Western Union if that's
PayPal.
We could do a wire transfer. PayPal. Okay.
Yeah.
PayPal.
Yeah.
Excellent. No, but seriously, are you like, how busy are you? That like how many irons do you have in the fire at one time?
Pretty busy. Yeah, I do boring computer stuff. In addition to comedy.
He's
no kidding.
Certainly helps.
Like IT.
That's what boring computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's like secret squirrel stuff, you don't have to get into that. But it's funny, Jeremy Gann, who's kind of a newer comedian, he's only about 2 years in now.
Yeah, I know Jeremy.
He's an IT guy, so a lot of these dudes doing computer work or setting up internet for companies, or troubleshooting for different companies as a contractor almost. I feel like that's an ideal gig for comedy on the side.
Yeah.
Do you work from home a lot, or do you get a lot of flexibility with your schedule?
Yeah, it's usually remote.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that helps. I definitely juggled it before, but yeah, it definitely is pretty compatible with comedy.
So how often are you, when you're at work, how often are you working, or like actually like
all the time? That's
a test.
100% of the time.
Yeah, that's, if your employer sees this, you passed. There's no follow-up questions. 100% of the time. Yeah. I've been there when there needs to be a Canva flyer made on the sly. I'm at the computer.
The Canva flyers, yeah.
I'm trying to make it all work at the office sometimes, but no, that's great that you're able to balance that, because that's kind of the wall I run into is like, man, I'm at the end of the month. Like the show that you're going to be a part of is May 30th. That's right at the end of the what do you call it, like financial posting window for what I do for my company. So I'm probably going to have to be at work late the night before just to make sure I can really wall off the 30th and just dedicate myself to that show, or else I'm going to be in hot water come June. So
yeah, it's being a showrunner is so hard. I did it briefly, and that was plenty for me. It's so stressful.
Yeah, but it's rewarding for me in that I get to say, hey, finally I have an outlet where I can put up you next to Chrissy, next to Lucas, next to all these people who I know would not have come together if I hadn't had the bandwidth to bring everyone together in this one sitting to do this one very specific thing. I'm not out to do the same comedy showcase that every other person is doing every night, because those serve a purpose. I'm very grateful for them. The people who are willing to do those, like those straight ahead, straightforward here's the lineup. Everyone's doing 5 to 10, and then we got a feature headliner, show's over. I'm all about those. I would love to be booked on more and more of those in the near future. But if I'm producing a show, it's because it's got it's got a gimmick, or it's got some very niche draw that the only reason I'm producing it is because no one else is doing it, and because I want it to be happening, and I want more stuff like this to be widely available, so that other people can book people like us on more shows that include music, that include comedy, that include. I want to see more variety events,
Okay.
In the way that like we were talking about, open mics is maybe not the best. It's not the best use of a comedian's time to go to a variety open mic, but if it's a paid event, if someone's buying a ticket to see a comedian that can also play an instrument, or a comedian that is also a poet or an artist, there's something about putting money down on the table and reserving a seat that makes people shut up and pay attention and really enjoy themselves. So I'm happy to sacrifice a little bit of time if I can even do one of these a month. And it's people like you who have it's got to be 30 plus years of experience now with guitar playing. People like you who just make it a walk in the park. You make it a dream to do. I've only done 2 so far, and they were a breeze. And I'm so excited to see what you bring to this. I'm really I'm just giddy now.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
I'll just rush through the stand up to get to the
no,
to the music.
You divide your time up however you want. You can do some stand up here, some music here, go back and forth. The show, your time is yours. That's what I've told everybody. So don't feel like you have to. It's strictly this and then that. If you have 20 minutes, the floor is yours for that 20 minutes, and then get the fuck off. We went late last time. I felt really bad, and everyone working at the brewery is like, "Hey, we got look at the time.
We gotta go.
We need to pack it up." So we're starting an hour early so that we can actually have more fun and stretch out, and have some of those instances where you're really crushing doing both, and you can just kind of do as much as you want. Man, there was something else I was going to ask you about, and it really just completely slipped my mind, but I guess I'll go back to the generic stuff of just oh, that's what it was. So you used to yell a lot. That was your whole thing, and then you pivot. You decided, okay, that's not enough anymore. That can't be my only thing. What was that like for you? What was that decision like, and how long has the road back to success been for you? How long?
Not yelling.
Not yelling.
I don't know. I feel like it's a continual process of I've really got this nailed down. You think you have a bit that can never fail, and it's hitting really well, and then all of a sudden it just kind of stops hitting, or you're with a crowd that hates you. It's like they hate you no matter what you're doing, and it's just a continual I've got comedy figured out. Oh, actually, I don't know anything about comedy, and I just feel like I'm kind of in an endless sine wave of that. It's just I've cracked the code. Oh, I'm terrible at this. I cracked the code. I'm terrible. It just feels like a lot of back and forth.
It's a humbling thing. This is more humbling than any other art form that I've tried. I've done play acting at the lowest possible level. I've done I was on a phone call earlier about I'm right now I'm writing a score for somebody's passion project, private one act musical thing right now, and I have no experience doing that, but it's kind of just all everyone's gassing each other up. We're all having a good time until this goes to debut, and it could be a flop or it could be a hit or whatever. When that comes, it comes. But every night you get up on stage to do stand up or to try new jokes or to try the same thing you've been doing over and over again, it is really just a coin toss at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's really
it's a risk to your damn self-esteem to an extent.
It is a huge risk to your ego, to your time spent.
When you do good, you're like, I'm on top of the world, boy. And then when you don't get no laughs, it's like, fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
Like, I'll be honest, Nathan. The first time I saw you, I thought, like, oh, this dude is a killer. This guy can do no wrong. Like, this is a professional. This is a practicing professional in my midst. You know, like, I got to take notes. Like, this guy is not here to play. And to even hear you say that you're constantly grappling with these moments of complete and utter failure, dismay, bombing, I'm sure you have nightmares.
I just feel like I write so much, and then I just end up crossing out everything that's not funny.
Yeah,
that doesn't get a laugh, and it's like, so my notebook is just a series of
red lines,
crossed out sentences. Like no. I just kind of write everything long form. That's sort of how I started stand up to begin with. You know, it was just kind of like everything I was doing was like telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it had punches in it, but you know, I realized, like, oh, I need to get rid of almost all of this story and just make it like as punchy as possible.
Yeah.
And that's still, in a lot of ways, obviously not every joke, but that's still how I do most of my writing, is just kind of write everything out long form and then just cross out almost all of it, sometimes all of it.
Yeah. Trimming fat.
I've got about witchcraft police in Saudi Arabia. I've tried so many different ways, and it will just never work. I mean, I was on version, 10.0, 11.0, something like that. I've tried it in reverse order, and I really like it, but it just never. It works just enough sometimes for me to think, like, this really has some legs, but I've finally given up on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that whole thing's crossed.
I'm sure you had a whole flow chart too of like, okay, I took it this direction. It did a little better this way. But let's backtrack. Let's go back to the core.
Yeah.
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 I've been there, that's what sucks about it too. Is it's like, yes, well, I'd love to dedicate an entire 5 minutes to this one thing. How interested is the crowd going to be in it? Not nearly enough as I am. I am, just because I've got my own cabinet of curiosities like RFK. I've got the raccoon penis bit here, but at the end of the day, I can't go into the whole anatomy of this and expect everyone to follow me along for the ride. That's kind of just my own personal I got my own mental problem that makes me think that this is funny in the first place.
Yeah, you're doing some bar show, and you can't be like, okay, guys, there's this thing called a baculum. Like, there's just no way to, they're not gonna listen to you.
Not at all.
You have to say something funny immediately, and then say like 3 more things funny right up top.
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll listen to you.
Yeah.
After all of that.
You got to definitely hook them. But yeah, I used to do the same thing. I used to write big stories, or I'd have a big theme that I'd set out to explore. And by the end of it, I'd have, tags for a couple of the things I talked about up at the front and the middle. But if somebody's not on board with the theme, from the outset, it's never gone well. So I stopped boxing myself into a corner of needing to get everybody's approval on the general concept. I've started by I need a couple zingers. Yeah. I just need zinger, and then maybe I can kind of dance around a subject for a couple minutes, and then back to just jokes. And that's when you start to see, like, I'll tell a joke about being stuck in traffic, and then I'll tell the joke about being gay, and then I'll tell the joke about the time a guy called me a chimp to my face, and they have nothing to do with each other whatsoever.
Yeah.
So Everyone has their own style, and you certainly have a style that's working for you. But it's after no shortage of trial and error. I'm sure it's been a long time coming.
I had another comic describe my style as quote, "Where is he going with this?" Which I think is actually that's actually kind of the way I like to write bits.
Yeah, it's captivating.
Like that the bit is never about what somebody thinks it's about up top.
Right. Yes. And I wish I was good at that. I love the misdirect. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm following, and then you just get smacked in the face with this big reveal. It's like a magic trick.
Hopefully something fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully something fun.
Not a baculum, but something that's people could consent to and go home feeling good about. Man,
That's right.
I could just talk to you all night about comedy and about your journey up to this point, but I mean, would you believe it? We're already at an hour of recording. That's how.
Can't believe it.
That's how podcasting is. It's just like it's a flow state.
Yeah.
I hate to brag, but when you've been doing this for 5 years with 100 subscribers,
Sure.
you're pretty good.
Tell him, talk that shit. Yeah.
No, we need everyone to, if you're watching, if you've liked the episode, please subscribe, please like, please share this, because we're only going to keep growing and having excellent guests like Nathan on with your support. With your support, we have to have a little bit of truth in order to trick these lovely people into joining us and wasting 1 to 2 hours of their time per recording.
high quality content in a very mellow.
All that to say, we started this recording late. It was the only time that worked for us. And normally, sometimes we'll take these for 2+ hours, just depending on how the conversation goes. But this has been lovely, and I want to let you know that me cutting it off at an hour is in no way an indication of your performance on this episode.
It was good for me. Was it good for you?
It was excellent. I'm gonna write home about it. I'm gonna run and tell that.
Oh my god.
No, thank you, dude. And I'm gonna pull up your Instagram here. I know you said it's not well maintained. There's some old stuff.
No. But I'm going to be on this cool show May 30th, so you can promote that.
Yes.
Hey.
City State Public House. There's no Eventbrite just yet, but when this video goes up, it'll be in the description of the video. The link to buy tickets to our shows. It's called Punchlines and Players. So look up Punchlines and Players on Eventbrite at City State Public House in Edgewood, DC. DC is I know that's kind of a far drive for you, but it will be worth it. I'll make it worth your while. You're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. May 30th. Be there, everybody. And Nathan is a working comedian. Like he's like, dude, you are on the road. Like if I had to drive half as far as you do just to like go to an open mic just to practice, I would have killed myself by now. I would have this would not have worked. This would not have been in the cards. It's an addiction, though, isn't it?
I also love driving. I love driving.
Really?
It works out well.
What do? You listen to podcasts? How do you audiobooks?
Well, I have a car that I really like, so often I will just ride in silence and drive. I did classic car restoration for a long time, and so I just love cars. I love driving.
Holy shit! So you're pulling up in the fucking Pimp My Ride whip, like you got what is it, muscle cars? What you said, classic cars? What is that?
It was actually mostly antique Toyota Land Cruisers.
I was about to say he has some old school shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is awesome,
shit.
dude.
And you take that to DC? Oh, you crazy? You got a steering wheel lock? I get one. You ain't got one. I get one. I got one. I got a regular ass 03 Honda. I take that motherfucker when I go down there with them ruffians. You ask somebody. I'm looking at the guy to ask. You ask somebody. You better. What?
Yeah.
A bunch of ruffians. DC is just the hood with a bunch of fucking.
Drive your third or fourth best. classic car into DC, especially parking late at night where we'll be.
Oh yeah, I would never drive a classic car into DC. I just don't do that.
Indeed not. Yeah.
Good on you. Mine's been broken into for less. So this is a good area where we'll be performing, but I'll tell you what, there's been some shady open mics I've been to where I'm just like, well, whatever happens. And it did happen, and my shit was busted in. But hey, it's what we do for love of the game. Am I right?
Indeed.
Questionably funny, one word on Instagram. Please go follow Nathan Carlson on Instagram, everybody. He is a delight. He will update this with what he has coming up this year, not just last year. Are you mainly on Facebook, or do you have any other form of outreach beyond Instagram here?
I do so little on social media.
You're the tech guy, Nathan. You got to get on that. You need your own website.
No. I know. Holding myself back.
You're holding yourself back.
Do better next time.
Yes, well, you will get the bump from our listeners. Come out, LNC Army, support Nathan. Come see him at our upcoming show with CTB Comedy Productions at City State. That's going to be a good time for everybody. And so we're at the end of the show here, and please, Nathan, come back whenever you want. I'd love to talk more about whatever interests you. I'm so excited to hear about the music, to hear about the classic cars, all of it. The fact that you love driving puzzles me, but it makes more sense knowing that some work went into it, up top with the restoration. But we're at the point in the podcast where Lorenzo will give advice to our audience about anything we might have talked about during the recording. So Lorenzo, without further ado, go ahead and shoot.
All right, here's my first piece of advice. Don't do what the rich do if you ain't got the rich money, okay? Don't be out here pulling over on the side of the road or running up on beaches, fucking dismembering animals. Like, I'm very confident that shit's a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have to look it up after this, but I'm very confident that, like, you're not supposed to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And if it's not, it just seems like it should be. That's my thing there. Don't do what the rich do. You can't afford it. All right. You're going to be in jail for the rest of your life in seconds. You know what I'm saying? Don't try this shit at home, kids. They need a fucking disclaimer on half the shit that we see, you know what I'm saying, rich people do, because, like, you're not going to get away with it, like, but at the same time, the rich get caught faster when they don't pay taxes than we do, because they owe a lot more money, and the IRS want that shit. They like, that guy owe $50, you owe 50,000. Run that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta really think about it, look at it, like, pros, cons.
Sorry, I was kind of freaking out there. I spent that whole time just trying to get the music going. I realized I couldn't access the music, so. But you did great just then. You did great. So raccoon penises. I'd say just leave them alone. Honestly, like, we've studied everything we can study.
Let sleeping baculums lie.
Let them lie. Does it go flaccid though? I guess I'm curious now though, because how does it? Is there a mechanism?
There's only one way to find out.
But it's a bone too. It's a bone in it too. So it's
because they call it a boner because it gets stiff. But if it's always stiff, then like where does it go?
Yeah, animals
at night,
bones. So
or during the day, I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just peer into the mind of RAK. Like, I really have to like get inside the man's shoes and wonder. And now I am. Now I'm genuinely curious. I want to see the Discovery Show documentary on raccoons and kinkajous and what their deal is.
Bonkers. I'm gonna say that shit at the next open mic. I'd be like, I want to pet kinkajou, and like they're gonna ban me. They're gonna ban me. They'd be like, this motherfucker can never come back. They're gonna put up posters of my face. I'm like, it's a real word. It's an animal, I swear. Oh shit.
Any advice for people who, whether you're playing an instrument or you have a certain style on stage as a comedian, or if it's not going your way, any advice for them? Should they make a change? Should they explore different options?
So if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it ain't working, go on, switch it up. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll be telling people, like, you know, there's people that can sing and they're like, damn, I wish I could draw. I like, this motherfuckers that could draw, I wish niggas sing. Like, everybody got their own thing, and everybody better at certain things. Other people are better at certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes you just gotta find your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Everything is new at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you never know. You know?
There's people, I mean, we see the same people at every open mic, at every, you know, in this circuit. You know, we could be in Maryland, we could be in Virginia, we'll see the same people everywhere. And without fail, I see the same people doing some of the same things that have never worked night after night after night after night. And I wonder, like, when will it click? When does it kick in to finally go, okay, maybe this isn't working, maybe it's time to try something different.
I gotta see, you know, it might be the crowd.
Probably stop yelling. Yeah.
Probably stop yelling now. I'm scaring the children. I'm scaring the women. Maybe
oh my God.
They need to know I'm actually not angry right now, and that it's just my stage persona that I've inflicted upon myself and everyone. Yeah. No, I was the same way. And I still kind of am. I have the stage persona of being mad all the time, or being irate or deadpan, and I'd have this dry deadpan delivery but look angry while doing it. And now I smile more, and now I let everybody know that I am having a good time. This is still comedy. I'm not lambasting anymore. I'm not like chastising the audience.
Don't forget that.
You know. So.
I guess that probably would help. Like you could look mad, but then do the smile after the joke. Let them know they can laugh.
Exactly.
Be like, I'm not gonna hop in the crowd and hit you.
Now my big problem is laughing at like a nervous tick of like a fake laugh at the end of a joke. You know, I need to cut that shit out because it's just But that was my way of letting people know that please. Yeah, and that's really anytime I've laughed at one of your jokes, it's just been a complete contrivance. It was just a nervous reaction. Like right then, I did it again.
I'm fucking dead.
You did it.
I'm kidding. I just don't be an asshole. If you suck at something, just accept that and move on. Truly, like I suck at this podcast, so I'm about to accept that.
I'll forget that.
The next 3 or 4 episodes, one of these days, and we'll end it. But in the meantime, this has been great. This looking up, this was one of the top recordings of all time, and I mean that. No nervous laugh, nothing. Like truly, I had a great time. Like when you asked earlier,
that's fun. Yeah.
I'll wake up feeling a little pain, I'm sure, but for now, this was excellent. This was delightful.
It was good for us. We hope it was good for you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for joining, Nathan. This really was something. Like, please check him out, everybody. Questionably Funny, one word, on Instagram. He's going to be on the showcase May 30th. Be there. Get your tickets now. Link in the description. And keep tabs on Nathan, because man, you're a career comedian. You are like. Again, I'll sing your praises. You're no nonsense. Like when you show up, I know it's going to be a good night. Every time I see you, I'm like, okay, we're safe. At least one person will be able to make everyone laugh.
I try real hard.
Yes, sir. All right, that is the end of the podcast. Everybody have a great time. Good night. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. All that. Bye bye.
Keep more tabs on Nathan.